official introductions of our fighters from our ring announcers.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the MCF Amateur Light Heavyweight Division and is brought to you by Toxic Graphics and Taco Bell. Introducing first, fighting out of the Russ Jones Law blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'11", weighed in at 190 pounds, making his amateur debut here tonight, training independently. And fighting out of North Platte, Nebraska, Zach, the Handsome Hustler Graham. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the top tier red corner, is a street style fighter, standing 6'1", weighing in at 197.4 pounds. Also making his amateur debut here tonight, training independently and fighting out of North Platte, Nebraska, Ricky, the Nebraska Beef Beck. Your referees, Brandon Fontensteel.
And here we go, we're ready for action in fight number 2 of the night. Zach, the Handsome Hustler Graham, and Ricky, Nebraska Beef Beck, both making their debut in mixed martial arts, as we mentioned, Megan. And they look, let's say, a little bit scared, or maybe a little bit determined. It's hard to tell
the
difference between the two here tonight.
That's right. All right, you're going to get a glove touch. Like to see that.
Here we go. We're underway. Fight number 2. Zach, the Handsome Hustler Graham, and Ricky, Nebraska Beef Beck meeting in the middle of the cage and happy to stand up and trade punches here early on.
Again, you can see the, their footwork's not quite as light as it should be, but they're moving.
That's right, you can definitely see the nerves. You got to get hit a few times, get those nerves out of your system, and remember what it feels like to get punched in the face. As we see Zach, the Handsome Hustler Graham, taking the action, and Ricky Beck reverses it back to the middle, Megan. Beck goes down on a knee, moving in for the takedown. And fended off by Zach Graham, Megan.
It looks like Ricky does not want anything to do with this.
Kind of a defensive action as we saw Ricky Beck go to the ground there. Thought about a takedown, and Zach Graham not having anything to do with that. Zach moves right in front of us here, Megan.
Looking for a standing guillotine, but I don't think he quite has it.
Doesn't look like he's got that guillotine tight. As we hear Zach's corner telling him to keep his chin up to try to fight off, but not tied on the guillotine by Ricky Beck at all, Megan.
Zach's got his right arm into those his hands, so he can't quite get that grip.
And again, at some point, the guillotine starts to wear on those arm muscles. You got to wonder how long Ricky, Nebraska Beef Beck going to hold on as he lets go, as I say it. And they step away from each other to size each other up one more time. And here we go.
Ricky's looking a little tired. He's got to not turn away.
Yeah, Ricky Beck turning his back up against the cage, and Zach Graham seeing that. Obviously a little apprehensive, didn't want to hit Beck in the back of the head, which would be an obvious violation of the rules. But again, Ricky Beck looking winded out there, Megan.
Yeah, Ricky's got to start throwing some combos instead of just trying to one punch. And Zach's got to keep his hands up a bit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Looks like Ricky going for that one-punch power knockout instead of picking his shots wisely. And Zach Graham delivers a nice shot to the face of Ricky Beck.
This is where you start to see the experience again. They're flat-footed and kind of tired, but they're still moving.
There you see again, Ricky Beck kind of throwing blind punches. Zach Graham easily avoiding him, and a big shot there as Ricky Beck loses the mouthpiece, has his back once again to Zach Graham as the ref calls a stop to the fight, and that'll bring round number 1 to an end, Megan.
I think I'm going to have to go with Zach Graham with that round. I mean, for a first round of their amateur debut, I mean, they did a good job. They both look kind of terrified.
Yeah, they both,
which,
they
I
did.
mean,
understandably so, I would say.
But I think Ricky's got to stop turning away when Zach approaches him with his stand-up. Turning away is probably the worst thing you can do. And And they got to remember to keep their hands up and light on the feet. That way you're not, heavy-footed, trying to run. But yeah, those are my tips. I mean, I can't really corner them from here, but they're corners.
On multiple occasions in that first round, we saw Ricky Beck turn his back to Zach Graham. A dangerous proposition. But Zach Graham, that being said, didn't appear to know exactly what to do with it and how to launch his attack on Ricky Beck.
That's right. If it was an experienced fighter, I mean, they know what. Someone turns their back, I mean, it's done.
I would say latching onto that neck and going for a rear naked choke or something like that. But again, these two fighters making their MMA debuts tonight, so very little experience, and you can only imagine the nerves and adrenaline that were involved as we are set to go here in round number 2. Zach the Handsome Hustler Graham and Ricky Nebraska Beef Beck ready to go at it once again. And here we go, round number 2 underway in our second amateur fight of the night.
Yeah, Zach's more of the offensive here, actually taking control most of the cage.
And Zach Graham using that jab nicely as again we see Beck on a couple occasions turn his back to Graham, trying to stay away from those hard jabs with the left hand. We hear Zach Graham's corner, Megan, saying relax a little bit, don't fight so straight up and tight, as Ricky Beck drops his hands down to his side, leaving a wide open target for Zach the Handsome Hustler Graham.
You definitely don't want to stand straight up because that exposes your chin. And we can see a second knockout.
And again, the back turn, Zach Graham delivering body shots.
Perfect opportunity for a rear naked choke there.
And again, that's where you wonder the experience, Megan. These guys, both high school wrestlers, but the grappling game in mixed martial arts a lot different than freestyle wrestling. As those chokes, obviously not part of the game in high school wrestling. You got to wonder how much time Zach's had to work on those submissions.
Nice overhand right by Zach.
And again, you see the fatigue starting to set in on both fighters as they're both breathing heavy. The action slowing down a little bit, but when they go in flurries. And again, I think we have a verbal tap. We do. A stoppage in round number 2, a verbal tap, as Zach the Handsome Hustler Graham wins his MMA debut at Midwest Championship Fighting St. Patty's beatdown number 4 over Ricky Nebraska Beef Beck. And I tell you what, Megan, again, we saw two guys just go out there and swing for the fences. What's your takeaway from that fight?
Again, it's all about experience. I'm surprised actually none of these fights have gone to the ground, considering that's their forte. I mean, they're both independent. I'm sure they've trained maybe a few times, but I mean, they gotta just work on their stand-up and then their cardio, which will come with time. But I mean, unless you stepped in there and actually had to fight, you really can't say anything terrible about any of these guys or these fights. So I think they both did a good job.
And as anyone who's been involved in combat sports knows, Megan, the energy, cardio is so important. And you got to wonder, sometimes amateur fighters come into these fights not maybe in the best physical shape. You couple that with the adrenaline and the physical exertion that a fight takes, and you saw the energy drop out of these fighters as we go to our ring announcer for the official decision.